Many of you have asked me, how do you determine the right price when you submit your bid to the government? And how much profit should I include? Pricing is key. You need to price to win and price to profit. Your bid price directly affects whether you win or lose the bid, and if you do win, whether you profit or lose money on the contract. In this video, I answer your questions and tell you the 5 most important things to pricing a government contract. And I share the top mistakes I see small businesses make that can cause you to lose money on a job. First, where I see people most often make mistakes is on not understanding the total cost to perform the contract. Remember, price is just cost plus profit. If you don't cover the total cost of doing the job, you'll lose money on the contract. And I've even seen some advisors talk about start with your direct costs and then just add a small amount of dollars to it. And frankly, they really scare me because that's a recipe for disaster, or at least for losing money on the contract. So what is the true cost to you of performing the contract? Your costs start with direct costs, and direct costs means anything direct charge to the government. If you have a service contract, these are the wages of the people working on the contract. It could also include required travel, your material costs, your shipping costs, etc. Next, you want to make sure to include all of your indirect costs associated with the contract. If you have to hire someone for administrative help or project management or human resources, or to do the bookkeeping and send out invoices and run payroll, then you need to pay their wages and also the cost of their benefits. Also, what is your cost for liability insurance? And what about your accountants and your lawyers' fees? And what does it cost you for fringe benefits? This means not only Social Security, Medicare, federal and state unemployment, and workers' comp, but also paid vacation, paid holidays, paid sick leave, health insurance, etc. And make sure you include your salary and your health insurance. I've seen businesses lose money because they underestimated the cost of paid vacation for their employees, or they took a contract in a different location and didn't understand you need state or local costs to do business in that location. If this is a Service Contract Act job, you need to understand what the wage determination says about how much you have to pay your employees, how much paid vacation and paid holidays you need to provide, and how much you need to pay in health and welfare benefits. And if you have a supplier or subcontractor, pay attention to their costs. Are they giving you the best price in terms? You don't want your supplier giving you a higher price than they give your competitor. So while many people focus on the profit number, the pricing factor that small businesses most often get wrong is their cost. And if your cost information isn't right, you can't make good decisions for your company. This is FedAccess, and I'm here to help you grow your business and build the life you want by winning federal contracts. If you're getting value from this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And now let's move on to the second major risk in contract pricing. Government contracts often include costly extra requirements, and you want to make sure you've included all of those costs in your bid. So read the solicitation carefully. For example, watch out for packaging and transportation requirements and quality assurance requirements. And as you're reading the solicitation, if anything is ambiguous or unclear, be sure to ask a question because the answer could significantly affect your price. The solicitation will identify a point of contact where you can email your questions, and the government posts the answers to all of the questions it receives on an RFP. So also read the government's answers to other people's questions, because a lot of time those answers also will influence your price. Remember, on a fixed price job, not understanding the work scope can kill you if there's something required that you didn't price into your bid. Third, present your price in the format that the government requests, and the solicitation will tell you how they want your pricing information presented. Now, let me show you exactly what I mean by that. I'm showing you here an awarded contract I just found posted on SAM. This contract has 5 contract line items. And for each one, they specify the quantity. You, as the bidder, would enter the unit price, then multiply that by the quantity to get the amount. You would do that for each of the contract line items, and then you would put the total here. And this is actually the total awarded amount for the contract. But what I really wanted to show you was here, this fifth line item. It's for shipping and handling, and I've received lots of questions about how to handle shipping and handling. Do I include it in the unit price for the item, or do I list it separately? So what I'm showing you here is that in this case, they want you to list shipping and handling here separately as a separate line item. So the bottom line is, read the solicitation to see how they want you to break down your price, because your total price might be great, but if you're not presenting it in the way they want and they're going to understand, you probably won't be successful. And what about that profit? I get asked all the time, how much profit should I include in the bid? Well, the first thing to think about is the risk involved in the contract. Let's say the contract type is cost plus fits fee, and the government uses the word fee for what you probably think of as profit. In this type of contract, the government basically reimburses your cost and then gives you a fixed fee on top of that. And by cost, that means both your direct and your indirect costs. So your risk is comparatively low, and therefore the fee on this type of contract is typically lower. Now, compare that with a firm fixed price contract where there's a fixed price for the work to be done. Let's say you bid a job at a fixed price of $10,000. Maybe you estimated the job at $8,000, so you planned on making $2,000 profit. But let's say there's a cost overrun. Maybe the job takes longer than you expected, or your material costs go up. The closer you get to $10,000, the less profit you're making. And if the actual cost turns out to be more than $10,000, then you've lost money on the job. But the flip side is also true. If you can do the job more efficiently at lower cost, you earn the same price, so your profit will be higher. So fixed price contracts are the highest risk, but also have the highest profit potential. There are many risks in a fixed price job, like material price fluctuations, labor cost fluctuations, and logistical errors during delivery. So because fixed price contracts mean more risk, then if I were estimating the job, I'd include a higher fee to compensate me for the higher risk. Now, time and materials contracts are somewhere in between. You're bearing some of the risk, and the government is bearing some of the risk. So my recommendation when thinking about how much profit to include in your bid is to think hard about the risks inherent in the job. And the other important factors that influence profit are competition and market demand. And that brings us to the fifth point, which is to do some research to get an idea of what government buyers expect to pay and what prices your competitors are likely to bid. Because whether you win a contract is largely determined by how your pricing compares with your competitors. You can figure in as high a profit as you want, but if your price is too high, you won't win the contract. And remember that government contract data is public information, so with some digging, you can generally find out what the government has paid for your product or service in the past. I'm showing here the FPDS website, and this is a great place to dig into previously awarded contracts. You can see which agencies have purchased what you sell, the contract value, and get the procurement officer's name and email address. And I would look at not only the awarded amount on the previous contracts, but also how they were awarded and what contract vehicle was used. Was the contract awarded based on best value or just low price? Do they use firm fixed price contracts? Are they time and materials? Are they doing micro purchases and purchasing it on a P card? Are they using a GSA schedule? And also, how many bidders are there typically? Are these sole source contracts? Are there 1 to 3 bidders? Or are there typically lots of bidders? You can find this information in FPDS, and I've made a video that walks you through how to do it. Check out the link in the notes below. Also, companies' GSA price lists are publicly available on the GSA website, so check there for information on competitors' prices. Although, let me warn you that the prices posted publicly may be higher than the prices your competitor would actually bid on a contract. And finally, let's talk strategy. Now, we all know sometimes companies intentionally submit low bids. Maybe they just want to get the revenue growth, or they want to gain past performance experience in the industry. Maybe they're trying to get their foot in the door with a new customer, bidding low in hopes of making it up on future contracts. If that sounds like you, please make sure you understand your costs and the contract requirements, and also pay attention to your cash flow needs. My own opinion is you don't want to win a low bid and get stuck with a price that causes you to lose money. So consider beginning with higher prices on your initial bids. Remember, the winning price is public information, so you can use that information to dial in your prices for your later bids. I would think of your first bid as part of your research process, because every industry is different and you have to learn what's competitive in your industry. Hey friends, I hope you found this helpful. And there's a lot more we could cover on government contract accounting, so let me know if you're interested in a deeper dive on this topic. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel because it really does make a difference. Thanks for watching. See you next time.